Great, let's get started. So, University of Edinburgh students, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for this session on how to learn new skills with free short online courses. I hope you find this session useful and informative, and if you have any questions, you're very welcome to put them in the chat. My name is Emma Charlesworth. I'm a marketing manager here at the University of Edinburgh for online courses, and I'm joined by my colleagues Ravinda and Lauren, who are here to moderate the session as well. So let's get started. So, what are free short online courses all about? Well, they're sometimes known as massive open online courses, otherwise known as MOOCs, so that's a term to look out for that you might come across when you're looking for an online course. They typically last around 2 to 6 weeks at around 2 to 3 hours per week, but that can vary depending on how much you engage with the course material. They're flexible, so they can fit around your other commitments, whether that's study or work or social engagements. And they give you access to a community of learners where you can meet like-minded people who are interested in similar subjects and have conversations about those subjects. And it also gives you an opportunity to meet experts in their field who the course tutors will sometimes come onto the discussion board so you can ask their opinion or you can engage with them there. Online learning offers a great way of studying, and we offer varied methods of teaching through videos, articles, quizzes, and discussion boards as mentioned. So it's a really interactive way of learning to help you really absorb the material. And online courses offer a lifelong learning so you can stay relevant in your career and adapt to different situations as they come up. We offer our courses on 3 different platforms. So they are edX, FutureLearn, and Coursera. So when you go to our main free short online courses site, you will be taken to an external site. So it's just something to be aware of, but it's still a University of Edinburgh course. So why take an online course? Well, there can be various reasons for doing so. You might want to advance your career. So either you adapt your skills while you're working, if your remit changes or if a challenge arises, or even if you want to refresh some skills that you haven't used for a while. Online courses are a great way to access that knowledge and really test your skills. Or if you're maybe looking to advance in your career, or if you want to go for a new job, you can earn a certificate with short online courses, which can then evidence your learning and you can add it to your job portfolio. Or you might want to expand on a hobby. So we have, for instance, a great course called How to Read a Novel, where if you're really into books and reading, it's a great way of looking at texts in a different way, and it uses award-winning publications to do so. Another great thing about online learning is it's a great way to learn how to study and work online, especially given what's happened over the last few months. Most of our worlds have become digital online worlds. So to be able to effectively work and engage in the online world is a real asset at this time. So whether you want to build this skill through exploring your hobby or career interests, it's definitely worth doing so. Because of the various ways you can study, or the various reasons why you'd want to study, we have a really broad portfolio of courses, and our course subjects tend to fall into a few different categories, which are animal care and veterinary, arts and humanities, business and management, health and sports, science, maths and technology, and we also host open educational resources, which are course materials from past courses which are no longer running, but still have a real value that is worth accessing. So we host them there just in case you want to have a wee look. So the URL for our portfolio is just there, but don't worry, we'll include that at the end of the presentation so you can have a wee look. And just to know as well, we also have a new website coming, which is a much more vibrant and engaging website, but we'll also show some learning pathways to really help guide you on your online learning journey. So how does this work in practice? Well, Ludovico here took a master's in public health, and understanding that to advance his career and to be able to perform his work responsibilities properly, he would need to stand out from his peers. So he took free online courses, or MOOCs, which included a certificate in decision making in a complex and uncertain world, very relevant for current times, and things like a certificate in clinical supervision with confidence. So online learning gives you access to those soft skills as well as the more robust academic skills. because of these expansions of online learning, we've started to expand our portfolio into specializations and micro-credentials. Mostly focusing on professional certificates and micromasters so that you can get postgraduate level study without the full commitment quite yet of a master's. So we've just recently launched a professional certificate in digital marketing fundamentals. This is a great way to learn all about digital marketing from the fundamental basics in the first module of this course through to the more skills-based second course where you actually build a strategy in digital marketing which you can use in real life, and it's based on case studies from real life organizations. So it really gives you that whole understanding of digital marketing. We also offer a MicroMasters, which is a fifth of a master's in predictive analytics using Python. We recognize that data science, big data, and machine learning are a really expanding field in the career market at the moment. So if you wanted to be a business analyst or anything along those lines, this was a great course for you. So, and we also use Python because that's the most common programming language at the moment. And it's a really valuable resource if you want to learn how to use data in an effective way to evidence decisions and help businesses to grow in a more competitive market. So when it comes to studying online or picking a course online, we've got a few top tips for you. So when it comes to picking a course, understand why you want to take a course. Is it to look into your hobby, if you want to advance your career? Decide on that first and then look at the portfolio of courses and see what fits your motivation there. Online courses allow you to connect with a community of learners who have lots of different perspectives based on their different experiences. And we find this on our online master students really benefit from this because they can discuss the subject matters with people in different settings who then bring all that experience and examples, which then changes their perspective, which they can then take into their own learning and their own working environments. And when it comes to any prerequisites, make sure you check these. There might be some courses where they require you to have something like, I don't know, undergraduate level maths. If you don't have this, it may not quite be the course for you, but there will be alternatives. So definitely worth keeping looking. Don't skip content or quizzes or assessments. Quizzes and assessments are a great way to test your knowledge and to make sure that you have fully understood the subject matter and what's been discussed. And it also can highlight any areas where you maybe need to delve a wee bit deeper to make sure that you've fully understood the content. Because online learning does mean that you need to have a wee bit of self-discipline, really recommend creating a schedule with deadlines to make sure that you can complete the course in the allocated time if there's a time limit, and just to make sure that you get the most out of the course so you're not rushing around at the last minute. This is something that I've found when I've taken online courses myself. It's worth trying the course for at least a few weeks before you leave. There's been one or two times where I've joined a course and thought, well, this is quite basic or maybe not the level I was hoping for. But that's because in the first week or two, the instructors are kind of laying the groundwork and putting the course in context. So it's only later when they really delve course that you can then understand the true level of the course. So it's definitely worth sticking around for a few weeks just to make sure it's exactly what you're after. So the university has a program called Media Hopper. This is where we host a lot of videos to do with online learning, whether it's those open educational resources as previously mentioned, or if it's something more to do with perspectives around online learning. So for instance, we've recently launched a myth-busting series to help challenge any kind of misconceptions about online learning, such as it's a lonely experience or you won't have time to do it, just to really reassure you and help you understand the value of online learning. So there is a URL there again, but again, we can include that at the end of the present, that's not a problem. But that's it. I hope you found that informative. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to put them in the chat here. We are on social media, so if you'd like to follow us and engage with us there, we have the handles for our Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram there. Social media is not your thing, not a problem. We also have an email address where you can contact us, which is online.learning@ed.ac.uk. And that's the URL for accessing our list of free short online courses. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're really excited for the next year. I know it's a wee bit different to what you're expecting, but hopefully you'll really enjoy it and enjoy your experience at the University of Edinburgh.